Alrighty. Hello everybody. This is Kirusho here. Now, before I do begin, I want to say something. I was talking to my friend Blaze from the Blessed Heroes earlier today. Now, going forwards, I do plan to use some of the ideas me and him will discuss. And other ideas I will be cutting and keeping off of for this series. Now, with that being said, let us begin. We'll start with Izuku. Izuku in the last part, he had his debut as Renegade, a pro hero, or not a pro hero, a villain with the League of Villains. And the pro heroes, they were quite shocked. Many people saw the news, and many saw Momo Yaoyorozu. She had an agile feline-like body, and she was basically a pet to this renegade. He showed up to a museum with her in tow. Pro heroes were attacked, Deku shot a cameraman, and he then killed someone whenever they tried to question why he was doing any of this. Now, Deku told the world quite simply, this is what he can do. He is going to do more. He is going to do worse. What he wants is chaos. There's no changing that. And, well, Momo, she is a loyal pet of his. The pros, yeah. They can try all they like, but they won't catch him. No one can stop him. Now, with that all being said, let's actually pick up with Izuku Midoriya and Class 1A at, well, UA campus. Everybody they saw Renegade debut. Many people were quite shocked. Many people, they were, well, surprised. And there actually was Jiro. Jiro didn't even know what to say. Seeing Momo's face on this cat woman, it just didn't make sense. Momo was her friend, and the way she acted there, she didn't question anything. She just killed for his enjoyment. It's honestly disturbing to her. Now, everybody they were talking this morning, and right now whenever everybody they do get done, their actions for Deku, he does go to stand up. And right now after Jiro does go walk outside and get some fresh air, Deku does go to bring his hand out. Him putting his hand down onto her shoulder. As right now Jiro just won't go to jump and turn, seeing him. Now, she actually would pull out her earphone and actually ask Izuku what he wants. Hey, can I talk to you for a second? Sure. Now, she would go to sit down. She would go to scoot over and Deku would sit down. And Deku would point out, she's using earbuds? Yeah. Sort of have to now. Anyways, what's up? It's about Momo. Yeah. You want to question me about the alleyway? I do, yeah. You said a lot back there. And I have to be honest with you. I did see something. What? Now, Jiro would go to turn, looking directly at Deku, telling him, if he saw Momo, then say it, please. No, Jiro. Chill. Listen, what I saw, it was from your eyes, okay? I'm not gonna sugarcoat this, but Jiro, we're all under a lot of stress. Class 1A, Class 1B, Class 1C. What is it? We've met a few of those guys over there from Class 1B. We talked to them, and they're still surprised by everything too. When things get bad enough, we don't know what will happen. What do you mean when things get bad enough? Sorry. If things get extreme enough, we don't know what the pros will do. This guy, he's sent Kirishima through the mail, Mina's in the hospital, and now Momo. God. I don't know, okay? But what I do know, what I saw from your eyes, it was a hallucination. What? Jiro. Okay. I've been in Bakugo's head before. Remember during the battle trials? I went into his head? I got the same feeling I did with you. Your mind isn't sound. His isn't either. What are you talking about? Oh god, you really don't know. Okay, fine. Jiro, Bakugo takes medication for mental problems. I'm pretty sure he might be schizophrenic. Are you serious? Yeah. He's been taking it ever since me and him have been in middle school. I don't know, his final year, he just started seeing shit, lashing out towards people, saying a lot. And, well, he got checked out by a doctor. Everything he described, everything he said, schizophrenia. I got that same feeling from you. It's similar. No, 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 no. You're saying I'm going crazy. I'm not crazy, though. Jiro, it wasn't your fault. What? Jiro, it wasn't your fault. What are you talking about? Jiro, the USJ, it wasn't your fault. You tried. We all did. Now, Jiro would still look at Deku. And right now she actually does try to think. It's not her fault. Of course it is. Momo. If she just... If she had a better handle on her own quirk. If she did something differently, maybe. If... If she didn't... If she didn't focus on saving Denki, the two probably could have ran. If Denki died, maybe Momo... She could have actually... God. But the idiot... He probably is already dead, though. Now, Deku, he actually listened to her thoughts. And Deku, he actually surprised. Jiro is able to rationalize it. If he was going to die either way, then, well, that fall could have been the least deathly way. It would have been dead. Well, death, yes, but they don't know what the villains could have done to him. Torture him, beat him, you know. It just seems like a better option. Now, Deku, he actually look at Jiro before asking her if she thinks that the pros, they're going to do anything more. If she thinks that the pros are going to do better. I don't know. We're being butchered, Jiro. And they're just watching. What? We're being butchered. And they're watching. We're being used as fucking bait for these villains. Honestly. A few of the things they say, they don't seem to make sense, but they do a little bit. What are you talking about? Deku turned to her and telling her. They talked about how the, well, hero society, as it is nowadays, they villainize people for certain actions. That heroes, their job of saving people, it's been given that title, hero. But helping someone should just be something that anyone could do. Being called a hero for it isn't what should happen. Huh? A better way to explain it, Jiro. The heroes, they're allowing us to be killed. The villains say that the pros, the way they view things, they can always save someone else later. They can always help somebody else later. Society, who cares? Police aren't handling this, and the pros sure as shit can't find out what's going on. Seems like the only way to win this game is to switch sides. Now, Jiro, she does listen to Deku. and she freezes. What did you just say? Sorry, I didn't mean that literally. I said that out loud. No, 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 no. The only way to win is to switch sides? But I thought the best way to win this game wasn't to play at all. I don't know. I just. The heroes aren't going to do anything, Jiro. We can't save our friends. And I'm scared. Now, Jiro, she does think. Deku, he's telling her that the villains, they have their different ways of viewing things. Good and evil. The villains, they might be evil when it comes to how the heroes see them. But that's because the heroes, they're trying to keep the establishment as it is. They're not trying to change it. Meanwhile, the villains, they want to change things. The world isn't a fair place. People, they are assigned rules at birth. Either they're useless, they're a villain, or they have the potential to be a pro. And most people nowadays, they rely heavily on the heroes for anything. Heroes are everywhere in the world. And that is the problem that they're having. Heroes are everywhere. Meanwhile, the people who have these bad powers, who are left to become villains, they didn't choose that path. Now, Jiro's kind of surprised. And Deku, he actually looked back towards her, telling her again, the USJ wasn't her fault. He means that as sincerely as he can. But he's worried about what she's been seeing. If she sees anything else, tell him. He'll look into her head and see what's wrong. He is here. He's right here. Deku putting his hand up onto her shoulder and telling Jiro, she can rely on him and trust him. That is the biggest thing right now. All of them need to trust each other. Now, Jiro actually is kind of tear up. The idea of leaving UA, running away from the hero school, and trying to stay safe from the villains. I mean, villains is a big term. The League of Villains. They want to change things to be more fair. And, well, they're not afraid to hurt people to do it. The heroes are just watching them get hurt. And if her mind is leaving her, if she's going down this crazy rabbit hole, she's glad that there's someone here to help her. Glad that there's a friend to talk to her. Now, Jiro actually would throw herself into Deku. And right now she does start to cry. Now, with all that being said, we currently do have the pros. The pros are still trying to go through everything. Renegade. And what exactly he is. Who the man is. It is disturbing the heroes quite a bit. You have Sir Night-Eye. He's tried to use his future vision. And so far, Renegade, he seems to be staying out of it? How is that possible? He's not in the future. That doesn't make sense. Then again, he's talking about the long term, so they must have defeated him. Okay. Crap. He's got to look into that again later. Now, Night has talked to All Might, expressing to him, Renegade does appear to have, possibly, that one boy's quirk, and a voice. So, Renegade has a stolen quirk. Along with that, Momo Yaoyorozu, her powers, they're not even known if they're the same, because of this feline ability that's been attached to her body. Right now, Momo, it's believed that she is under some sort of mental control. And so far, that's what they believe Renegade's power to be. The guy, he is an attention seeker. He wants people to stare at him. He wants to scheme, mess with you. I mean, that just seems to be his gimmick. Now, heroes very obviously are concerned. Momo Yaoyorozu has been nomufied by Renegade. And the League of Villains, along with All for One, they seem to be okay with it. So that tells them quite a bit. The League is expanding. More and more villains will pop up if Renegade keeps getting more promotional. He tries to sell this as if it's something good. But these villains, they need to be taken down. And hopefully this girl, Momo, she can return to a normal life. One without this pain she talks about. Now, with that being said, we do actually have Deku. Deku, yeah, he does spend some more time with Ochako before he would head back to the villains. And right now, Deku, he does currently sit there thinking about quite a bit of things. Now, Deku sits there as right now, he actually does meet a few of the new villains who've shown up. Deku, he would meet twice. He would meet Dabi, he would meet Mr. Compress, and he would also meet Big Sis Max. Now, with that, Deku, he's quite intrigued. These guys are popping up more and more. And right now, he's actually sort of impressed. Dabi. Now, Deku currently does sit there. As right now, whenever the villains are getting a few introductions into order, Deku does start to burst out laughing. Now, a lot of people do look over towards him. And right now, Deku does somewhat sit there as he does slowly turn. And right now, he actually is wearing his mask and makeup, setting down his wine glass, talking about how Dabi, he really is a riot. You say something? It's simple, yes. I've done quite a bit of research on you, Dabi. Or should I call you Toya? Now, Dabi does fall silent. And right now he actually is going to stand up. As Deku, he does get a whistle. And as soon as he does so, there actually is where Momo, she does go from sitting down to actually jumping up and going to rush towards him. As right now Deku does tell Momo to kneel. Now, Dabi, he did turn and looked okay at Momo, who went from going to lunge towards him to sitting there right now with claws up. And Dabi does tell Deku not to butt in. Really? So, Toya, I do have a question. You want to kill your dad and your brother, but what about your mom? Don't bring her into this. Sorry. Looking through your past through your eyes, though, it's so tragic. I can help you. Really? And what do you get out of this? Oh, I get entertainment. That's what I get. I get to watch Todoroki snap. Break even. Maybe killing your bastard father would help. You have my interest. Oh, good. You're a man of business. Well, it's quite simple. Deku actually going to whistle. And whenever he does so, Momo does turn and go to walk over towards him. And Dabi, he does look down and question, what's wrong with this chick? Now, Momo would actually walk up and directly over to Deku. Her sitting down as Deku does actually bring his hand up and under her head, telling Dabi, his brother Todoroki, or Shoto, he is quite the catch. He has daddy issues just like him. And, well, the boy doesn't want to use his flames. He's reliant on that ice. The same ice his body lacks. Now, Dabi does tell Deku to shut up, and that if he has all this expertise on him, then tell him, how the fuck did he get it? My friend, you are an open book. That's what I'll tell you. Besides, Deku popping up right next to Dabi, and Dabi actually is someone going to turn. As Deku, he does still sit there. And everybody else, they do stare at Dabi. And Dabi, he realizes something. This guy's powers are strange and odd. And Deku does actually tell Dabi, as he just float there next to him, that he can mess with Dabi's mind, be it perception, feeling of time, or whether or not he can even speak. In fact, he does have somebody currently drooling in a hospital bed and losing their mind because they can't reveal his own identity. So, if he does want to get back at dear old dad and murder his brother, then work with him. In fact, be a part of one of his games. Because killing his brother, well, that could be good. Turning him to the League of Villains, however, that would be better, wouldn't it? Watching his father fail twice. I mean, it could break the man. Letting him know that Dobby's still alive. Now, Dobby does pause. He may have found the right madman here after all to help him. All for One may have been able to give him an opportunity. But Deku, hell, he's laying out the groundwork right now. Maybe for something better, too. Now, Dobby is all aboard. And right now Toga, she actually does somewhat sit there, looking at Deku. As Deku, he actually still is scratching at Momo's hair. Now, Deku actually does turn, him picking up the wine glass and informing Dobby that this will be perfect. However, he does still need a few more things. Mainly his pet to be involved in another scheme before then. Because his other idea right now is to go after Ida. Somebody who is going to be sneaking out tonight to try and murder Stain. Now, Dobby does pause and talk about how wasn't Ida the name of one of those kids in class with his brother? Of course it was. So, may I ask how you know him? Because I'm in his class. That's how. In fact, I could slit your brother's throat in his sleep. And I could get away with it, too. We live on the same floor. 2 doors down, in fact. Now, Dobby does stare at Deku. The fact that he doesn't do it says quite a bit. The fact that he's trying to break his brother, and for no personal vendetta, tells him quite a bit. Now, Deku, he currently does do that. As right now we do actually cut over to Mina. Mina right now is still laying in her hospital bed. And a few things are going on. Right now, Mina, she is laying there, and she actually is, well, tired. These constant thoughts, these gibberish words she spouts every time she tries to speak, all of it. She hasn't found a way out. And right now, it's painful. And her eyes, they keep drifting towards the window. She wants to rejoin the real world. Give them the answers to save the day. But she can't. Now, Mina actually does try to sit up. And whenever she does so, she actually does find that she can move. Now, Mina, she thinks that her tolerance might be getting higher. That being what she does think. As right now, she actually does go to try and stand up. Now, she's able to get onto her feet. However, it does feel off. Her sense of balance. No, it's not that she's dizzy, it's that they've still got her drugged. Now, Mina actually does look up. And right now she is trying to get out of the hospital room. She does get to the door. And whenever she does try to run out, there actually are a few people, they do see her. And right now Mina, she is seen as right now she is running. Now, she bolts down the hallway. And right now whenever she does see the elevator, she does get inside. As whenever she does run inside and close it, there actually is where somebody, they do go smashing into the elevator. As Mina, she actually does go to press the button on the inside. Now, she does try to take a deep breath. As she does go to open her mouth, she does try to say to herself that she's good. However, she just does say 2 things. It's fine, and, well, something else. Let's say the horse goes sideways. Now, Mina, she does pause for a second. And right now she does get annoyed. She still can't even say shit out loud. Her thoughts, they're fine. It's when she tries to vocalize things that they don't make sense. Now, Mina, Yeah, she does have a lot of things go through her mind. However, mainly the worst part is what happens next. She goes to look up, and when she does look up, she expects to see possibly a security guard waiting for her. She'd have to run by him and get out, leave the hospital. But right now, she doesn't see the first floor. She's on the roof. Her walking forwards. And right now, she actually is somewhat surprised. As her body, it feels like it's moving on its own. But she can still feel her toes. What's going on? Now, Mina does go to walk over and directly look over the side of the building. Before she actually just could directly move over and stand there, throwing her body forwards as she actually just feels her fingers latch onto the ledge. And right now she actually is alarmed. She's hanging herself over the side of the hospital. And she doesn't understand why. Now, Mina is trying to understand what's going on. However, there actually is where she does let go. And right after falling and hitting the ground, she immediately does jump up screaming. And right now she actually does look around. As she does just somewhat lay there, before looking up at the screen, looking to see the TV. As right now it does talk about the current situation. The hero killer is still on the loose. The League of Villains is still out there. And currently there actually is what's going on with the vigilante, or not vigilante, villain they have known as the Renegade. The only person who's willingly confessed their involvement with the League of Villains. And exactly what things are going on with him. He has Momoyasu under his thumb. And he's worried. What exactly will this mean for the rest of the UA students? Their fates are unknown. However, speculation, it hasn't been good. If this happened to Momoyasu, then more than likely it may have happened to another student, possibly all of them. Kirishima could have been a simple, direct message. The villains are here and they are not here to play nice. Mina Ashido, the girl in the hospital, she currently does show the villains are not above doing things. They'll leave them wanting to know what it's like to forget. And then there actually is Momo. Momo is there, dead and clear. The villains, they're here to kill, take over, and more than likely, enslave the heroes in their own society. Enslave them in a new system where the villains, they can run free and rampant. Now, Mina, she's alarmed. And right now she actually is going to try and stand up, as Deku's voice can be heard. You really think that will work? Now, Mina freezes. And right now she does go to close her eyes. As she does go to turn her head and look directly at Deku. There you are. Now, Mina stares at Deku, because right next to him is Momo. And he does simply just go to turn, bringing his hand up and scratching Momo on the chin. And Momo, she does act like a cat, so I'm going to move her head forwards. As Deku does tell Mina that she really doesn't seem to understand. Deku actually turning his head towards Momo. That right now, she is a prisoner here. He is her warden. He's here to manage her, keep her in line. If she thinks that she can simply get away from here, he'll keep her here till the drugs have her pumped numb and crazy, till they have her either brain dead, or he could do quite a few other things. Would she be willing to submit, go through the same treatment that Momo went under, become someone loyal to him? Now, Mina just stood at Deku, as she does go to look at a few images in her mind. Right now they show what her response would be, and Deku does tell her about how crude exactly the imagery is, especially because it does involve a lot of physical impact. Now, Deku does tell her, if she does keep this up, he'll either break her or make her loyal to him? He knows that he already got her, or does he need to feed her the rest of Tokoyami? Now, Mina doesn't sit there. Before Deku does tell her that it does look like lunch has arrived. Now, Mina waits someone to turn, looking as the nurse does walk in. And right now they do set down a plate directly in front of Mina. And Mina she has stared down with a bit of horror. Chicken. And rice. Now, Mina does something to turn. And right now she actually is going to directly puke onto the ground. And there she actually is caught off guard. Since, well, the crazy girl just puked. Now, with that being said, I do hope you guys enjoyed and have an amazing day. I'll catch you guys in the next one.